Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cruise Chat Live. I'm Walter, your independent travel agent. We're here to help answer your question about all things cruising. We service cruises, land, luxury, and expedition. Our services are 100% free to you. So if we can help you in any way with your travel, please do reach out. We'd love to help you. We'd love to come on every Sunday morning and do our best to try to answer your questions about all things cruising, cruise lines, cruise ships, and even the wonderful world of travel. So I see, my goodness, we got Sue, Peggy, Bill's fan, Becky L is here, Bill is here, John is here. Good morning, everybody. I hope it's an amazing world wherever you are right now on this big blue marble. It's getting beautiful here in Orlando. It's like the humidity is turning down just a bit. The temperatures are going down just a bit, so it's getting nice. Hey, Sue and Phil, Benny's here. Hi, guys. Good to see everybody. So we have a very, very busy December and January coming up. But, before we really get started with the show, Alex, thank you so very much for that. Alex is congratulating us on our top 100 with Virgin Voyages for the second year in a row. We are a top 100 sales agent for Virgin Voyages in North America. That's a pretty big honor considering there's about 100,000 people selling Virgin Voyages here in North America alone. So that was a pretty cool honor to get 2 years in a row. We've only been in business for 2 years. So to get that honor 2 years in a row, thank you, Alex. Is awesome. Hey, Dara. Hey, Corey. How you guys doing? Good to see everybody. So before we really get into it, certainly start dropping your questions in the chat if there's anything we can try to answer for you. But before we jump into it, I want to remind everybody that we have multiple group cruises that are currently booking. In fact, one is very close to closing out right now. So the Valentine's Cruise. We have a Valentine's Cruise on the Margaritaville Islanders sailing February 11th through the 17th. We're going to have a bow renewal led by the captain. It's one of the probably lowest cost cruises that we've ever done. We're out of Tampa. We're going to go to Key West, Cozumel, and Progreso, Mexico. And we are very close to being, I think we've only got maybe 3 or 4 of our group staterooms left. And then once we run out of group staterooms, then we have to book you at the prevailing rates. So if you want to come join us, then of course our good friends Tony and Jenny B are going to be on the ship. They're gonna lead a Lido Loca meetup. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. Hey, Cindy, only 643 days to go to Alaska. Yay! Wait, Cindy, are you on our cruise in June? Is it really? It can't be 643 days away.
Ours is 515.
Cindy, I can't remember. Are you on our cruise in June? Because it's not 643 days if that's the one. I thought you were on our Alaska cruise in June. Anyway, going back, the Valentine's Cruise, we literally only have a couple of cabins left at the group rate. And so if you'd like to come join us February 11th through the 17th, 2025 out of Tampa, we would love to have you come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's right. You're in August. That's right, Cindy. Pam, I'll get your question in just a moment. I'm going to keep running through my group cruises, and then I'll come right back to the Jubilee. The next cruise I want to talk about is the Lido Loca group cruise. We've got 260-ish people going on the Norwegian Jewel. This is going to be April of 2026, April 16th through the 23rd. It's a Bermuda cruise, but what's special about it, it's going to be the first sailing out of Philadelphia in decades. So we're going on the Norwegian Jewel with Tony and Jenny B. It's going to be a whole Lido Loca fam cruise. There's going to be events going on during the week. We're going to be spending a couple days in Philadelphia before the cruise, exploring Philadelphia. So if you'd like to come join us, April 16th through the 23rd, 2026. Information about all of our group cruises is probably in the links, no matter where you're watching me, or just go to our website, where'swaltertravel.com, and look at the group cruises. Speaking of Alaska, we still have just a little bit of group space still left on the Oceania Riviera. We've got about $2,200 in savings between the reduced rate for our stateroom plus the amenities that have been added that you don't have to pay for. So if you've been thinking about Alaska, this is a 12-night cruise sailing June 26th through July 8th, 2025. Oceania Riviera is only 1,200 passengers. It's going to be amazing. 12 nights in Alaska, sailing round trip Seattle. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So we only have a few spaces left on this one. So if you want to come join us, we would absolutely love to have you come join us. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 cabins left on the Norwegian Aqua, May 31st, 2025. She's sailing out of Port Canaveral, Eastern Caribbean. Actually, 4 stops on a 7-night cruise. Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, Tortola, and Great Stirrup Key. So that's kind of unusual for a 7-night cruise out of Florida. Usually it's three stops with, sea days.
We'll see if it's 3 stops.
Yeah. So we've got the Norwegian Aqua, May 31st, 2025 for 7 nights. So if you'd like to come join us, I think we got like 3 or 4 cabins left on that one. And then the big one that we're doing in 2026, we're going to Hawaii. February 4th through the 20th, we'll be sailing from Los Angeles all the way to Hawaii. Going to do the 4 islands. Of course, we have to stop at Ensenada on the way back because that's the law. And then we come back to Los Angeles. So February 4th through the 20th, 2026, that's going to be on the Emerald Princess. Absolutely lovely ship. So if you want to come join us there, and Rebecca and I are planning to spend maybe 3 days in Disneyland prior. I've never been to Disneyland, so I can't wait to go to Disneyland.
I haven't been since the mid-'80s.
Yeah, so those are some of the group cruises. Now, I ran through them kind of quick. If you want to know anything more about these group cruises, just simply go to our website, where'swaltertravel.com. There are links in the description or in my profile, depending on where you're watching me from, or just go to the website, where'swaltertravel.com. Now, Pam is asking me about the Jubilee. That would be the Carnival Jubilee sailing out of Galveston. All reports from any guests that we have sent on that ship so far is that it's fabulous. I really like that they've evolved the Excel class ship. The Mardi Gras was the first one, then Celebration came out. Now Jubilee is here, and they've tweaked it each time. The Mardi Gras has the French Quarter, Celebration has the terminal, and now the Jubilee has the whole currents under the sea type theme. And everybody has been saying that has gone on that ship has said, man, they've really stepped it up. They really like some of the new elements that they've added to it. So that ship has me wanting to go to Galveston just to go on that ship. So, yeah, I think it's a fabulous ship. If we can help you in any way booking that, just reach out. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Nezzy wants to say, when is the Norwegian Aqua? That is May 31st through June 7, 2025. We have 3 or 4 cabins left on the ship, and our rates, they were 15% off when we started the group almost a year ago. So our rates are still like from a year ago. So yeah, we've got really good rates on that ship. I cannot tell you what the rates are because we are not permitted to do it publicly, but you can reach out. So good morning, Michael. How are you? Alex, have I checked in with Tony since his most recent Norwegian trip? No, not yet. We were pinging back and forth a little bit while he was on the Bliss, hoping to get together with Tony and Jenny B. I don't know, maybe this week, next week for lunch. We don't have much time until we're gone for a month. So yeah, we're going to be traveling for a month. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. We're even stunned. It kind of spun our mind. So good morning, Sandra. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Barbara, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, Dave. Ever get into thoughts on Villa V Odyssey? So that is the perpetual round trip cruise where you buy a residence on the ship. Of course, we all know it took them forever to get that ship off and running. Now they are off to the races. They are sailing. I mean, that's up to you. So for me, it's a little bit of a small ship. It is an older ship, it's a small ship. They're already talking about buying another ship because they know, look, this ship is 25 years old. So they know, look, it's supposed to be in a perpetual, like 15-year round trip, but they round the world trip, but they know the ship's not gonna go that far. So they're already talking about buying another ship. That particular ship, I don't think I could live on. I think I would want something just a little bit larger, maybe with a few more things. But what I love the idea of is, maybe going on a ship for say 2 months and then going on another ship for a couple of months. So, at least you get a little variety. You kind of move around a little bit. So yeah, I have absolutely no problem living at sea. We're going to be living at sea for a month in December and January. We are going to be on the Explorer 2 for 1 week. We're going to be on the Azamara Journey for 16 days. And then we will be on the Valiant Lady for 4 days as part of the top 100 sailor soiree. We are one of the top 100 Virgin Voyages agents in North America. Very, very proud of that. Cheryl, are there balcony rooms available for the Hawaii cruise? Absolutely. Absolutely. Cheryl, just reach out. We've got quite a few staterooms still available in our group. We'd be more than happy to help you. In fact, Rebecca was all excited because we had an aft balcony for that one. I love the wake. You know, it's 10 days at sea. I can sit there and watch the wake for all 10 days and be happy. But we've been eyeing this corner balcony that somebody took, and it finally came up, so we grabbed it. Grabbed it.
The aft one we had a beam kind of in the middle of the balcony.
This one hopefully doesn't.
No, well, from the video I've seen.
From the video, and the video doesn't lie, of course. So now we've got a corner balcony. So we got the party balcony for the Emerald Princess. Everybody's invited. Come hang out with us. So
well, we'll see how many people we get. I don't know. It's not that big a balcony.
Right.
It's not like it's a suite. It's just a balcony.
So, hey, Betty, how are you? Corey, this is a fun question. Corey is asking, how strict is the dress code on the MSC Seashore? Not at all. I think really the only dress code is what most cruise ships have. They really don't want you wearing shorts in the main dining room. If you have really nice dress shorts, they might let you in there, but they prefer that you not have shorts in the main dining room. I think I've seen people wearing T-shirts in the main dining room. So the dress code,
and they're usually a little more easygoing with children.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like any other cruise line. I say business casual, country club casual at night.
Even just jeans and a polo be fine.
Yeah, so my typical, and this is even true like Oceana, Azamara, when we go on Explora, pretty much every night I'm going to be wearing my nice dress jeans, and I'll either have a button-down shirt. I have these untucked shirts that I really like, so I don't have to tuck them in. They're great when you're eating way too much on a cruise ship. But it's usually jeans and a button-down shirt or jeans and a polo shirt for me, and that's the way it's going to be on Explora. That's the way it's going to be on Azamara. So that's pretty much it. Great question, though, Corey. That's pretty much relaxed. I wish I was able to retire off Princess Bride money. Princess Bride, one of the best movies ever made, ever. And I will fight anybody on that. Nicholas Taylor doing a cruise to Key West and Bahamas at the end of December, January. How's the temperatures there? It should be, it stays rather temperate all year long. I mean, we've had situations, we were on the Symphony of Seas a couple of years ago when a polar vortex came through. And it came all the way down to Florida. It was all the Coco Cay was cold that day.
Not that cold.
It was cold that day. It was cold that day.
Like 60.
It was cold, but with a breeze. It was a strong breeze blowing, which made it cold.
Bad.
And the sun wasn't really out.
I will say the water temperatures can potentially be pretty
really
cold.
Yeah. So, it could be anywhere from the 70s to the 90s, just depending on what the temperatures are feeling like doing that day. But Key West, since you brought up Key West, you want to go to DJ's Clam Shack. It is absolutely amazing. They have lobster rolls and they have fried clams. If you are of a certain age, like I am, and you remember Howard Johnson's and you remember going to Howard Johnson for those fried clams, these are better than those. I mean, it brings back memories. And what was so cool when we did it the first time, it is a shack. I do mean it's a shack. I think there's enough seating for 10 people, maybe outside. And I would just kind of
on a porch, a covered porch.
Yeah, like a covered porch. And somebody saying she often contradicts you, that your wife. Bingo, you got it in one. That is my wife, Rebecca, sitting off camera. I always forget to introduce her, but that is my lovely wife sitting off camera. She is the partner in this thing. And but with the fried clams, I was just like sitting there on the little porch, and this guy walked by, and we just started talking. And he's like, "Oh wow, those fried clams. He's like, those remind me of Howard Johnson." I'm like, "They are." And I just like picked up the basket. I said, "Here, try one." He's like, "Oh my God, these are Howard Johnson. They're amazing." So, a little housekeeping note: if you're watching us on TikTok, you cannot use the word Virgin Voyages. If you want to ask a question about Virgin Voyages, you have to use the letters VV. That's not us restricting it. That is TikTok restricting it. So if you want to ask a question about Virgin Voyages, please do. Just use the letters VV. We'll be more than happy to try to answer them. So, hey, Nene, how are you? Good to see you.
One other note. I know DJs had two different types of fried clams.
They do. They have two different types of
which one you got. But.
So, and they will tell you, they'll tell you, it's like, do you like the regular? Because one of them, I guess, is more briny or something like that. So I just got the traditional, and it is a basket. So you want to go with somebody else who's going to eat them, because like Rebecca didn't eat them, and we shared a half a lobster roll each, and then I had this whole freaking basket. So hopefully, in February when we go back to Key West with our Valentine's group, maybe Tony, Jenny B, somebody's going to be with us this time to help us eat the freaking clams because they're so good. But anybody going to Key West on a cruise, or if you're just going to Key West, DJ's Clam Shack. You're also going to find two places that claim to be the home of the key lime pie. We ate so much, I didn't even have a chance to try either one of them, but I'm very curious, like to go back into the back history, because there's in San Juan, there's two places that claim to have created the pina colada. So, you kind of have to, you're probably gonna have to try both just to see which one you think is the one. Yeah, science. So hopefully this time we're gonna have more people to help me eat the clam, so then I can get some key lime pie this time. I really want some key lime pie from Key West.
I know it's kind of probably hokey, but I think I want to try that little trolley tour they have in Key West.
It does look cute. It looks really cute. It's like this. It's like, the children's trains that you see during the holidays. Yeah. It's what it basically looks like.
Slightly bigger adult size version.
It looks like fun. I mean, it's a cute little thing. Hey, by the way, who's going out on a cruise? Corey, you would help with the clam. That's awesome. Are you coming with us? I can't remember. If you're not coming with us, sign up. February 11th. We still got a couple of slots left on it. But who's going out on a cruise, by the way? Or who's traveling soon? I'd love to know where y'all are going. We are going to be traveling from December 12th until January 12th. It's kind of crazy. We didn't plan it that way. We booked the Azamara journey.
I thought I had our plans all settled.
So we booked the Azamara journey. That's 16 nights for Christmas and New Year's. And then my Explorer Journeys rep convinced me to book an Explorer 2 sailing, which is 7 days before that one. And then we just found out this past week that we won the top 100 Virgin Voyages. So we're going to be on the spectacular soiree for that, which is literally 1 day after we get off the Azamara journey. So we're going to be spending a whole month at sea minus 3 days in Miami. So Mick is going on the Radiant of the Seas in December. Lovely. Wendy's going December 3rd out of Los Angeles, round trip Hawaii. Oh, you're doing our cruise. Wendy,
are you going Princess or Carnival?
Yeah, Wendy, which cruise line are you going on? And then you're gonna have to come back and tell us how it is. Tara is going in February. Oh, I like Sue and Phil. So Sue and Phil have it down. They said start with the pie, then go get the clams and the lobster. I like that idea, Sue and Phil. That is a brilliant idea. That is an absolutely brilliant idea. John Harrison, he's going to the ABCs in April. Judy, November 30th, and the Vista is going so slow getting here. I know, but then once it's here, it's like boom, right? The week just shoots by. So yeah, try to relax. Nicholas Taylor, you're on the Dream in December, getting super excited. I love it. Oh, Wendy, you're going on the Grand Princess. Yay. So let us know how it is. We're going on the Emerald Princess to Hawaii. So that's going to be awesome. Silver Librarian, thank you so much on the congratulations. Yes, we are very excited. Can't believe it. 2 years in a row, top 100 for Virgin Voyages. So Bill Guru, 11 days to your transatlantic, Rome to Miami on the Scarlet Lady right out of dry dock. You're going to be the first person or the first group to be able to try out the new Lucky Lotus by Razzle Dazzle, the brand new Asian restaurant.
We need reviews.
Yeah, we need video. We need reviews. We need all kinds of stuff. So you guys better be posting in the Facebook group, Where's Walter Facebook group on the way back. And by the way, I invite all of you to come. We have a private group, Where's Walter Travel. There's actually fewer than 700 of us in there. It's a nice little community of folks. We keep it positive. I probably put too many deals in there, but I mean, that's just the nature of what I am. But we encourage you to come join us on Facebook in the group. Sue and Phil are going January 12th out of Port Canaveral on the MSC Seashore. Lovely, lovely ship. You're going to love the pools. Oh my God, the pools are amazing. Alex is going on the Scarlet Lady in January, Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. That's a fabulous itinerary. Absolutely. That is what we did for Thanksgiving. I think that's the 8-night Eastern Antilles. That's for me, that is the best Virgin Voyages itinerary out of Miami. The absolute best ones in the Caribbean are out of San Juan, if you can go out of there. But and then Celeste is going on the Scarlet Lady in December as well. So y'all know Scarlet Lady's coming out of dry dock. She's going to be a brand spanking new ship again. It's going to be lovely. Mick, you'd love to join one of our groups. By all means, come join one of our groups. Just go to where'swaltertravel.com. There is a group travel tab up at the top. You'll see all of the group cruises listed there. So any cruise that you see listed there, we're going on. We are also booking groups for other people. Like we have some corporate group. By the way, if anybody works for a company and you're looking for a place like for a company meeting or a retreat or a sales meeting, we got a big national sales meeting going on the Margaritaville Islander, and we're talking about a huge seminar at sea for a software company. So if you guys, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to go on a cruise ship if you're trying to bring a bunch of people together. So
done weddings, birthdays.
Yeah, wedding, birthday, celebration, family reunions are fabulous on a ship because there's so much to do. So if you see a group cruise or a group travel on our website, that means Rebecca and I are personally going to be there. So yeah, go check it out and come. Judy, you got one booked for the Venezia in April. Love it. User 724 is going on a 14-day Caribbean Sky Princess. Oh my God, one of the best ships out there. Sky Princess is absolutely stonking beautiful. You're going to have a great time. Rosie's going on the Wonder of the Seas March 9th. Oh my gosh, first time with Royal. Wow, picked a great ship. You picked a great ship, man. Anybody who's going on those Oasis class ships, absolutely amazing. John wants to know, do we do anything with celebrities? If you mean a group, we haven't booked a group with celebrity yet, but
it's on our radar.
Absolutely on our radar because we've not done an Edge class ship and we really want to do an Edge class ship. So we're trying to pick the right itinerary and maybe bring together a group. We've also not done the Millennium class. We've actually only been on the Solstice class. We've been on four or five?
Yeah, four.
So we've been on 4 celebrity cruises so far, only on the Solstice class. But yeah, so a celebrity group is coming. We sell a ton of celebrity. Let me tell you, we sell a ton of celebrity. So Nurse Tara, how's the weather in Tampa and Key West in February? Not sure how to pack. I mean, it could be cool in the evenings. It'll be warmer in the day. I mean, keep in mind, we're also going down to Mexico. So it just depends on what Mother Nature decides she wants to do. So
it's not going to be super cold. Like if you're from the north, it's going to feel very warm to you.
It's gonna feel very, very warm to you. Generally, you're looking at 70s to 80s during the day, and
maybe
then
60s.
Yeah,
60s
maybe 60s, but we're also going to be down in Key West, which is much further south than we are up here. Like up here in Orlando, I've noticed that the temperature could be like 5 degrees, maybe 10 degrees cooler than it is even in just Miami, which isn't really all that far away. But there's a big difference because Miami's right on the water, and that's another thing that changes things around. So I would say if you pack a long sleeve T-shirt for possibly the evening, but
or
otherwise,
a light jacket.
Yeah, otherwise you just pack like you typically would for the Caribbean. Alex is impressed with the new Virgin Voyages app improvement. I have not updated the app yet to see if it's any good. I know one of our clients was less than pleased with the dining experience, again, trying to reserve, because right now, myself as a first mate, I can't book your dining reservation. That's usually one of the big perks of working with a travel agent is that we can book your dining reservation for you. But Virgin Voyages is bringing on a whole new system for dining, and right now only sailors can book through the app. We cannot. So they were less than enamored with the Virgin Voyages app experience so far. So, hey Chuck, how are you? Good to see you, man. Hopefully, we're finally going to meet up on this next cruise. I really, really hope so. So, yes, Tara, it will be freezing in Maryland in February. That's why we live in Orlando. I'm born and raised in the Hudson Valley, New York. I know all about cold. I went to school in Syracuse. I know all about cold. There's a reason why I took my first job in Atlanta when I got out of school. And I've pretty much been in the South all along, except for 2 years in Connecticut. So move down here, and there's Tara. Then you're only, we're 1 hour from Port Canaveral. We're an hour and a half from Tampa. And we're a short train ride down to Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So, yeah. Bobby D, you're doing the Star of the Seas in 2026. I've got a couple clients doing the Star as well. It's going to be interesting to see if there's any other tweaks. Obviously, Back to the Future. I love the way Back to the Future was leaked because of the casting call. I thought that was absolutely hilarious that kind of came out that way. So, yeah, that's going to be a really awesome ship. John Harrison, you just got off the Ascent 14-day transatlantic. It was super. Ed class ships are great. I'll tell you what. We were on the Symphony of the Seas, and Captain Kate brought the Beyond in right alongside us. That was like one of the most beautiful ships I've ever seen. And just the way she just kind of slid right in alongside us, it was absolutely freaking stunning. So So that was really, really awesome. Seacliff, do I know a Princess? If the Regal Princess is back in the water, your cruise is on the first. The Princess never left the water. The Regal Princess was in the water the whole time. She was just out of service for 3 weeks. She's back in service today. It's the 17th. Yeah, she's back in service today. They finished the repairs this past week. That was kind of a crappy situation all around that they kind of strung people out. So yeah, but she's back in the water. She's back in service as of today, but she never left the water. She never went in the dry dock because everything was internal. It was in the engine room where the issues were. Sounded like it was really a generator that was causing all the issues, like they had to replace a generator, which I can't imagine how easy or hard that was to do with a ship that's sitting in the water. Because when they're in dry dock, I mean, sometimes they will literally just cut a hole in the side of the hull because that's the easiest way to get things in and out of side of a ship. Obviously, when she's sitting in the water, much more limited ways to get things in and out of the ship. So that's probably one of the reasons why it took so long. But yeah, she's sailing as of today. You're nearby in Lakeland. Awesome. Yeah, great area to live in. User 586, experience with the MSC Yacht Club, did casino upgrade to 2 MSC cruises to Yacht Club in May and June. So Yacht Club is your ship within a ship experience. It is the most cost-effective ship within a ship experience. And when you look at what's offered, there's actually more offered than you get with the Celebrity Retreat, than you get with even the Haven. Now, the Haven is like the gold star standard of ship within a ship, but MSC Yacht Club actually has more inclusion than even that does. So universally, any of our clients that have taken the Yacht Club absolutely love it. We have done 2 sailings so far on MSC, but we purposely did them as sailors because we wanted to see what that experience was like for our clients. One of the things that we now do as travel agents, because our favorite cabin on any ship is a balcony, and especially for me, it's the aft balcony. But we've been booking, insides, ocean views. We're booking all over the ship because we want to see what the experience really is for everybody. Our next sailing on MSC will be in the Yacht Club. We're eyeing the World America actually for our Yacht Club experience. Supposed to be the biggest yacht club out there. So yeah, Yacht Club is amazing. Good morning, Becky. How are you? Good to see you. Philadelphia Freedom. Am I familiar with the VV room upgrade system? It's exactly like everybody else's. You bid on a room. If your bid is accepted, you are immediately moved in. One thing to note, Rebecca actually did some research on this recently and found out a lot of these upgrade programs are not even run by the cruise line. I knew they were automated. I knew there was some kind of like algorithm that did it. But Rebecca actually discovered recently that a lot of these upgrade programs are actually run by a third party.
Now, I don't know which cruise lines do and don't, but
yeah. So all you do is you put your bid in, and if the system accepts it, you are automatically moved up. So it's just like any other cruise line. You have no say in where you're going to be. So you have to kind of be careful because in some cases it'll be a category upgrade, but the location might be a downgrade.
Now, the advantage with Virgin is that they have more limited categories.
Yes.
So it's not like, say, Royal Caribbean, where you might have 10 different balcony categories.
Right, and you may not know.
And technically, one balcony category is higher than the other.
Exactly.
But with Virgin, it's
there's really not a bad spot for a sea terrace. There are some bad XL sea terraces though, where you don't get the hammock. So if you really want the hammock, the XL sea terraces in the very front can't have a hammock, so they have a bird cage instead, and it's not nearly as cool. But there's really not a bad spot for a sea terrace, except for deck 12.
14.
Or 14, excuse me. So, but at that point, if you're getting an upgrade, it's like, okay, well, at least I got an upgrade. So. Leslie from North Carolina, you are already packed for the Islander group in February. I love it. I love it. I'm actually getting together. So that cruise is being put together with one of my fellow KHM travel group agents, Alyssa. And Alyssa and I are getting together in a week to really plan out the schedule of events. There's not going to be like a ton of things going on because I don't like to overload you guys. We definitely want to have some group activities. Of course, we're having the vow renewal. I'm actually going to Margaritaville's headquarters a week from Monday. I think a week from Monday. I actually got invited to the Margaritaville headquarters, which is right here in Orlando. It's kind of cool. They're down by the Dr. Phillips Center. So they invited me to come down and talk about some things with Margaritaville. So I'm really excited to go down to meet with the whole team down there. And so on that Margaritaville Islander cruise, yes, we have the vow renewal. Tony and Jenny B are going to have a meetup. I can't wait for that. And we're going to have a few things going on. But with our group cruises, I like to keep the schedule a little bit light because, you know, you're there to enjoy the ship. You're there to enjoy each other. You're going to have some new friends and stuff. So we have the whole Facebook group going and all of that. So yay. I can't wait to see you there. Rick only has 12 days in his sleep until you get out the Sun Princess. I can't wait. Rick, you are, I believe, are in a sphere balcony. You're going to have an amazing time. Emily, how are you over there? You're currently on airport standby. So just waiting to see if you get called or not. Good luck with that. Good to see you. I hope everything is well across the pond in England. Always nice to see people. I love that we can do this and talk to folks around the world. So awesome. I was very fortunate to meet Emily in June of last year when she came over for a group cruise. We hung out for a few hours in Disney World, so that was really awesome. So yay. We're at the top of the hour, so I just want to remind everybody, if you're new to the channel, we invite you to subscribe, like, share, do all those wonderful things that all the social platforms like for you to do. And we are Where's Walter Travel, your independent travel agent. The voice you keep hearing off camera is my lovely wife, Rebecca. She does a ton of the research. So I talk to you guys. I get a lot of that information. And then Rebecca actually does the bulk of the research for you guys. So she's the one that finds all those amazing cruises for you for the most part. And then we work together as a great team. So if we can help you in any way, our services are 100% free to you. We would love to help you. Where's WalterTravel.com. And, you know, wherever you're watching it, there's going to be links either in the profile or the description. Just reach out, set up a time. And yes, you do have to set up an appointment to talk because, look, it's just the two of us. So I don't take cold calls. If you're trying to cold call me and just talk about a trip, I can't do that because we just have so much time and we have, you know, a lot of clients that we're working on. So it's better to set up an appointment. So,
and if you don't see a time that works for you, just send him an email.
Send me an email.
And he will create an appointment that will work for you.
Especially for those of you who are on like Mountain and West Coast time. Sometimes my times don't work because we are in Orlando, but I have a ton of clients. I don't know how, but I ended up with a ton of clients in Arizona and California. So if a time doesn't work, I have started a meeting as late as 11 p.m. midnight Eastern time because that's the time that worked for the client. If you let me know in advance, I can set it up. I can drink a lot of coffee and I'm ready for the meeting. So Philadelphia Freedom, how far in advance is the VB upgrade? It's like it's after final payment for sure. It's usually like within 2 months of the cruise, you're going to see that pop
somewhere
up.
in between 30 and 60 days.
Yeah,
I would guess. So,
and the thing about all of these upgrades that you have to remember, this is true of every single cruise line. The staterooms that you're bidding on may not be available. Like let's say you bid on a Seriously Suite, but all the Seriously Suites are booked. What the cruise lines are doing is they're creating a wait list. So if somebody cancels a Seriously Suite, boom, we've got the first person in line, they get the Seriously Suite. Same thing with any stateroom. So just because you're bidding on a Seriously Suite, a cheeky corner suite, a balcony, whatever it is you're bidding on, those staterooms may not be available. The cruise lines know that people are going to cancel before the ship sails. So they're just setting up a wait list so that they don't have an empty stateroom.
Or those people in that will bid up another category.
Exactly.
They will move out of
exactly
what they currently have.
So Alex, is there a Lido group cruise Facebook group? If you're talking about the Tony and Jenny one in April of 26, yeah, there is. Jenny started one. So I can't remember what the page is, but there is a Facebook group for the Lido Loca Philadelphia group cruise that Jenny started. Absolutely. Gary in Arizona, are there Hawaiian cruises just around the island and no Pacific crossing? Yes, there is one, and exactly one, and it sails every single week. That would be the Pride of America on Norwegian Cruise Line. That is the only major cruise ship that is registered in the United States. So she is permitted to just go round and round the island without having to go to Ensenada or any other country. So that's why she can do it. And for those of you who might chime in and go, oh, that's an older ship, she's due for a dry dock. I can't remember when she's going in, but it's just like within the next few months, she's going in for a dry dock for a whole refurbishment. So she's going to look good in a few months. So, and the really cool thing about Norwegian, so Norwegian is to Hawaii what Princess is to Alaska. They've got some cruise tours too. So you can fly into Hawaii, you can do a whole cruise tour, then get on the ship. They have multiple days. I think they got like 14 days, 10 days, or you can just take the 7-day cruise. So if you just want to do the Hawaiian Islands, that would be the way to do it. We want to do both. So we're going to do the long one first because I love sea days. So we're just going to hang out and have a bunch of sea days.
Plus, we can combine it with Disneyland.
Yeah, plus we can combine it with Disneyland. So I really want to go to Disneyland. But yes, if you want to go, if you just want to go around the Hawaiian Island, that would be the Norwegian Pride of America. That is the one and only option that you've got, and it's a good option.
Cruise line. I think there might be some local.
There might be some local or smaller ones, but I really don't know if there are. So Alyssa, there she is. How are you? So Alyssa is my partner in crime on the Valentine's cruise. So we're going to be meeting a week from Tuesday to start finalizing the plans for that. And when I meet with Margaritaville a week from Monday, we're hopefully going to finalize the Captain Vow renewal thing. So there's about 150 of us on this cruise, and you don't have to participate in the vow renewal. And even if you're not married, you just want to come out and have some fun. We've always wanted to do it.
It's not legal or anything.
No, it's not legal. He's just going to be doing it. I hope he'll be in a Hawaiian shirt. That'll be. So what they like to do is on the Margaritaville Islander, when I don't know if they're still doing it, but when they did the captain's toast.
I've heard they're not.
Yeah. So they would make him put on a Hawaiian shirt. I guess he's not doing it anymore. I said they should just get him like an official Hawaiian shirt with like the stripes on it and everything. That would be kind of fun. But they're not doing it. By the way, Margarita.
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
Margaritaville just announced a 10-night cruise. They're going to Aruba and Curacao. So they're doing the A and the C. They're not going to Bonaire, but they're doing a 10-night cruise to Aruba, Curacao, and 2 other stops. So that's pretty cool. They are starting to tweak and do some other things with that ship. So if you're looking for longer sailings on the Margaritaville Islander, they are starting to get there. So Dakota, you're leaving in 2 weeks for your honeymoon. Will Royal Caribbean do anything special? Did you tell Royal Caribbean, or did your travel agent tell Royal Caribbean? They're not necessarily going to give you anything, but if you let them know, they might do a little something. But usually, like with us as a travel agent, we're going to make sure that something's going to happen to your room. Either your room's going to be decorated, you might have some champagne, you might have some stuff. And what I highly encourage you to do every time you go to a bar, every time you go to a restaurant, let them know, hey, it's our honeymoon. You never know. The bartender might go, hey, this one's on me. Or certainly in the restaurant, they're probably going to bring out some sort of a dessert or something to you. Just tell everybody that is your honeymoon on the ship. And they might do some stuff. But as a rule, we let them know, and they might have a little something in your room. Maybe. It also depends on what category of stateroom. Like the higher the category of stateroom, the more likely they may have something waiting for you in your room. So, yeah. So, Nurse Sarah, 10 nights. Yeah, so Margaritaville is starting to make some adjustments. I know at one point they were talking about having multiple ships in the fleet. Those ships can go through the Panama Canal, so why wouldn't they send a Margaritaville ship to the West Coast or go through the Panama Canal? That would be absolutely awesome. Hopefully, that's some of the things that we're going to be talking about. The one thing that Margaritaville still has to do, they still have to support travel agents. As of right now, I cannot manage a booking on Margaritaville at sea, so that's the big thing that holds me back. We're doing this big group.
You can't do it online.
Yeah, no, I can't do it online. I have to do it all by phone. And it's really not an efficient way to work. So hopefully their new systems will be coming out sooner than later. Then we can really start, pushing Margaritaville and getting you guys on there. Lady C, do I know if Carnival will be offering the free Cheers package soon? That is only offered to specific VIFP guests and only at specific times. I don't think I've ever seen that as a public offering, but I have seen it come up at certain levels of the VIFP. And I need to have your VIFP number to drop it in. It's only on very limited sailings, and it's also capacity controlled. So if you don't get in soon enough, then the offer is done. But no, they don't tell us that. They're never going to tell us when that's going on sale and when that's coming up. Mr. McMee, you live near Disneyland. You're in Costa Rica for work. Airport has been closed for torrential rain. Yeah, a friend of ours has moved to Costa Rica, and he's been trying to fly down there for a few days. He's flying from New York on down, Steve. Mm-hmm. He can't get there. So yeah, Costa Rica has been having a lot of rain down there. So. Benny, a question. Do you have to sign up for the vow renewal? I think you don't necessarily have to sign up for it, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to send out an email to everybody and just say, do you intend to come? So at least we know how many people are coming. Huh?
Approximately.
Yeah, so approximately. So here's the thing. So the vow renewal, depending on, like, if the weather is nice and we can do it up on the top decks, because that is the plan, to do it up on the top decks, we're going to open it up to the rest of the ship, but we're going to kind of, I don't know if they're going to have ropes or they're going to whatever. We're going to segment it out so that the group is the one near the captain. If other people want to participate and they want to be, back and, listening in and all that stuff, they can. But our group, now, if it rains and we have to do it inside, well, then it's just going to be the group. So we'll probably just send out a request just to find out, hey, are you intending to come? Just so we know about how many people are coming. So good morning, Jen. How are you? Dusty Dog, what is the Carnival 3 Cheers Bowls?
I think that's just a mistype. I think it's just Cheers.
Yeah. What's the Carnival Cheers package? It's the drinks package. That's all it is. It is the drinks package. And on occasion, Carnival will offer the drinks package included with a certain VIFP level. So, Lady C, best deck level for a balcony room on the Carnival celebration. I like to get up as high as possible. Well, I'll tell you what I think is the best balcony, period. The extended balcony. So I can't remember what they call it on the celebration, but on the Mardi Gras, which is called Grand Central, it's that second performance area that's basically out in the atrium with all the glass and all of that. Right above it, there are balconies that are extended, and they are, and I do mean extended, they're very long balconies. To me, those are the absolute best balconies on the entire ship. And you don't want to be right below the pool deck, so I can't remember which level is the pool deck, so you want to come at least 2 levels below that, so there's cabins between you. I like to be as high as possible. I think we were on deck 12, I believe.
Not if you have issues with motion sickness.
Yeah.
However, you'll want to be down lower. But the general rule of thumb is you want other cabins
above and below you. Yeah. So I like to be as high as possible. My favorite stateroom on any ship is the aft. I like to be on the aft balcony, looking straight out. So that's what we got.
Although on that class of ship.
Yeah, I would not do the aft balcony on that class of ship because you're just looking down on the deck 8, which is where the pool is, and then there's a bunch of people down there, so you kind of on display. I don't like the aft cabins on that particular ship, although I would take a corner cabin. There's corner ones that wrap around. I'll take that all day long. But yeah, the extended balconies on all of those Excel class ships, those are the best balconies in my opinion.
Although we did very much enjoy our Cove balcony when we did it on Princess.
Yeah. And they do have the Cove balconies. I have video out there. I have a tour of it on TikTok. I don't think I've put it over on YouTube yet. But the Cove balcony, when you look at the side of the ship, you will see the lifeboats. And right below the lifeboats, you see these big squares. Those are actual balconies down near the waterline. And I was just saying before we came on the air today that I have like this 2-hour footage from John was very gracious. He was in a mini suite right next to the Sphere on the Sun Princess. And I want to say that was deck 12, 13, something like that. And when I look at that shot, the ship looks like it's barely moving. And then when I see the same shot from my balcony down on deck 6, the ship looks like it's flying through the water. So it's just interesting how that different perspective being down by the waterline. I love being down by the waterline. I would totally do the Cove balcony again. Yeah.
So while the rooms are different from on Princess versus Carnival, the balconies, the same concept.
Yeah, from what I've been told, the Sun Princess is actually based on that same Excel class ship. Obviously, Princess modified the ever-living heck out of it. But from what I was told, the bones of it are basically the Excel class, which is on P&O, it's on Carnival, and then Princess. So Princess just modified the heck out of that into their own ship. So, let's do that. But let's get this and just get that. There we go. You have a Cove balcony on the Dream on deck 7, and you were wondering what the Cove was. Wow. Oh, deck 7? I thought they were on deck 6, but maybe they're different on Carnival. Yeah. So what the Cove basically means is, with a typical balcony, you kind of step outside and you're just out in the open, and then they have these, dividers that they just put up. But you're outside the ship, and they put up these dividers so that that you get some privacy. Whereas on the Cove balconies, you are tucked in to the steel of the ship. and the outer skin of the ship is the edge of your balcony. So you're protected. You're kind of in this little cove, and that's really good too, because when the weather gets rough, like it was when we were leaving Fort Lauderdale, that salt spray comes up and starts kicking over, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I had a GoPro out there during the sail away. I had it out there for about 2 hours, and it was completely encrusted in salt when we were done. I still got to post those videos. I've got that one edited. I need to upload it. But and if you didn't know, I have over 40 hours. Yes, that's correct. 40 hours of views from a cruise ship on my YouTube channel. Where's Walter Travel? So if you want that cruise feeling when you're not on a cruise and you want those views, I've got the aft views, I got wake views, I've got side views, I've got sunrises, I've got literally 40 hours of just natural sound, no music, no nothing, just natural sound, more or less as it was recorded. So if you want to get on a cruise ship without being on a cruise ship or in between your cruises, go to Where's Walter Travel on YouTube, and there are literally over 40 hours of scenes from a cruise ship. I did them for myself because when we were all in forced timeout and couldn't go on cruise ship, that was the one thing I missed, was being able to look. And I told Rebecca, when we get back on a ship, I am going to start rolling 1, 2, 3 hours. These are not time lapse either. They are just natural as it happened. So, it's a good feeling when you're not on a ship to be able to look at that. So,
and then just one thing back to the cove balconies.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's similar on Carnival, but on Princess, regular standard balconies, you can connect a whole bunch of them together.
You can.
Whereas on these cove balconies, it was just pairs.
Yeah. Yeah. So with the cove balconies on the Sun Princess, every 2 balconies, there was a steel wall, like an absolute steel wall. So we could open up us to the next balcony, but then that was it. Whereas like I've had as many as 10 balcony cabins strung together on a cruise ship. So you could literally open all those up and you would just have this massive balcony all the way across. But it's probably the same with the, because it's structural. I think that's what that steel is for. That steel is structural, plus it's protective. We also had a massive steel door, like a big sea door, that if the weather was super rough, they would actually close in our door. We would not be able to go outside, but we would have an ocean view stateroom. And that's really what that room is like. It's like having an ocean view stateroom, but you can step outside. So freaking cool. I loved it. So Emily, you're going on an ambassador cruise. That is so cool. In Europe, there is Ambassador Cruise Line, and she's going on it. You were invited for one night, but you're not going with Adam. Oh, that's a shame, because usually when I'm invited, I try to bring Rebecca with me as well. We don't get invited that often, though. So, but the Virgin Voyages one, we were invited because we are a top 100. That's going to be a lot of fun. I love hanging out with John DiOrio, and I love hanging out, getting to know Nirmal. Nirmal is the CEO of Virgin Voyages. He is funny. You get John and Nirmal together in a meeting, they are just a laugh, right? It's kind of like Abbott and Costello. I don't know which is which, but it's kind of like Abbott and Costello. Those two are just freaking hilarious together. So I can't wait to see them on the ship. Virgin Voyages is a very cool company to work with. They're all cool companies to work with, but there's a little something about Virgin Voyages that they're different even in how they run the company. So 173 sleep to your cruise, Andrew. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Let me get a drink here. I'm going to run through my groups again for those of you who are just tuning in. I'll do it pretty quickly. If you want to come join us on a group cruise, and obviously feel free to ask questions while I'm going through this, but I'm going to run through our group cruises real quick because we would love to have you come cruise with us. Now, nearly sold out. Valentine's Day, February 11th through the 17th on the Margaritaville Islander. That's 2025. Tony and Jenny B are coming with us. So this will be a Loca meetup cruise as well. In June of 25, we're going to Alaska. We're going to Alaska for 12 nights. I cannot wait. We're going to be on the Oceana Riviera. There's only 1,200 people on this ship, people. 12 nights, 8 ports, up to 14, 15 hours in some of these ports. We've got some very, very long port stops, which is really cool. Going to some new ports we've never been to, like Clawalk. Never been to Clawalk. We've actually never been to Icy Strait Point. Can't wait to try the zip line. That's going to be June 26th through July 8th, 2025, Oceana Riviera. Our prices are approximately $2,200 under what they are currently online, just because we started this group about a year ago and because of the amenities that we have. We have the Norwegian Aqua sailing May 31st through June 7th, 2025. I think we have 4 staterooms left at our group price. That's it. So that's May 31st through June 7th, 2025. We're sailing out of Port Canaveral. We're going to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, Tortola, and Great Stirrup Cay. So we have four stops on a 7-night cruise. So that's really cool. The next one we have is the Hawaii cruise. We're going to Hawaii for 16 nights. Now, we're not going to Hawaii for 16 nights, but the cruise is 16 nights, February 4th through the 20th, 2026, Los Angeles to Hawaii and back. We're going to tack on a few days in Disneyland prior. So if you'd like to come with us and stay, I'm hoping to do at least 3 days in Disneyland because I've never been. So February 4th through the 20th, we're going to sail out of LA. We go to Honolulu, Hilo, Kahului, Kauai. And then, of course, we got to stop at Ensenada on the way back, but there are 10 sea days. So it's kind of like doing a transatlantic. I cannot wait. That's on the Emerald Princess. And then in April of 2026, the big Lido Loca group cruise. It's a Bermuda cruise. We're going to Bermuda and Charleston, South Carolina. But the coolest part of it is we're sailing out of Philadelphia. First cruise to sail out of Philadelphia in decades. So that's going to be really cool. That's on the Norwegian Jewel.
Out of Philadelphia.
I don't think anybody's even been to Philadelphia in a while. I don't know if any
some of the smaller ships that.
I haven't even seen any ships that have stopped in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Washington area, yeah, but maybe American Cruise Line.
Well,
they're probably doing it. But La Lido Loca, the first cruise out of there in decades, is going to be on the Norwegian Jewel, April 16th through the 23rd, 2026. Tony and Jenny B are going to have activities during the week. We're going to be in Philadelphia for a couple of days prior to that, doing some tours, maybe a food tour. I love my food. So yeah, and I kind of ran through all of those quickly. So if you have a question about any of those, go to my website, where'swaltertravel.com, or there's links wherever you're watching me. I know there's links that you can get in touch with me. But all the group cruises are on the website. So come join us. Come cruise with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Barbara wants to know how many are on the group to Alaska. 30-ish, 35? I don't know.
Somewhere around 30, give or take a few.
Somewhere around 30-ish, something like that. I mean, we knew that wouldn't be a big group because, I mean, obviously it's 12-night commitment, first of all, and it is on a luxury line, so it's a little bit more expensive than some of the other cruises. But right now, I think we got about 30 or so. It's getting close to like what the Sun Princess, by the way, all y'all who came with us on the Sun Princess, I think we had 37 of you on the Sun Princess. What an amazing group. Y'all were just so kind, so pleasant. I think it's like the best group that we've ever sailed with. No apologies to our folks that came with us on Thanksgiving on the Valiant Lady, because that was a fabulous group too. But there was just something about.
That was our first one. So
yeah, it was our first one.
Learning our way.
But there was just something kind of magical about this group on the Sun Princess. Everybody was so kind to each other, so helpful to each other. I really, really enjoyed that. So thank you so much to everybody who came with us on the Sun Princess. I hope we took good care of you while you guys were on the ship. So, yeah, that was amazing. Cheryl, we need to try the mini donuts from the Donut Shack in Icy Strait Point. Many flavors, all delicious. Rebecca, write that down so I don't forget. So zip line first and then hit the donuts when I get back to the bottom.
Do it the other way around.
No. We will do zip line first and then we will hit those donuts. I got to ask Stef again, where did she have that fried dough? Because that fried dough looked amazing. She had fried dough somewhere over there. So I need to ask her. Andrew, Philly, that's close enough to New York. It sure is. I'm sure there's a train that'll take you straight on down to Philadelphia. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool that we've got another home port coming in now that, and I was looking at the sail away and it looks like I think we have to go under 5 bridges on the way out. There's like 4 or 5 bridges on the way out. So this is going to be a really cool sail away. And because it's April, I think we're still going to be on whatever time we're on now, No, we're not on daylight savings right now. So I think it's going to be a little darker as we sail away, which means all the lights will be on and everything. It looks like it's going to be a spectacular sail away.
I thought it changed in March.
Does it? I don't know. But it's like 4 or 5 bridges that we have to go under to get out of Philadelphia. So it's kind of be like Tampa. Tampa only had 1 bridge, but it takes 2.5 hours from the time a ship pushes off until we go under the bridge. So I think it's going to be one of those nice slow sailaways getting out, or maybe kind of like New Orleans. Like New Orleans is a bit of a slow sail out too, because you're going down the river. So Philadelphia looks like it's going to be a spectacular sail away. I cannot wait to see this. So
Skagway is the fried dough.
I see that. Cheryl's saying Skagway is the fried dough. So I will be, we're not going to Skagway. That's right. We're not going to Skagway, Cheryl. Skagway got bumped. We're going to Haynes. So I will have to find fried dough somewhere else. That's all. That was
I do remember it was like as big as her head.
Yes, it was as big as her head and looked good. So we'll find it. Don't worry. I will find fried dough. So help me. And I will show you where it is. Because I will find it. I will smell it from the ship before we even get there. So, see, Barbara's going on the zip line with me. I cannot wait.
You got the Donut Shack. That's got to be fried.
Yeah, the Donut Shack. I mean, that'll certainly do something for me. And we're doing cooking classes. We're doing actually a dessert cooking class on the Oceana Riviera. That's one of the cool things about Oceana on their bigger ships. They have cooking classes. And so I think there's about 12 cooking classes during the entire cruise. And we're taking
3 different
the
varieties.
dessert one. Yay! So we're doing the dessert one. Can't wait.
3 or 4 different varieties and several times for
Mike is coming too. Yay! So Rebecca will probably ride the gondola all the way up. Are you not even going to take the gondola up?
I'm going to be busy.
Right. She's going to be busy doing something else. Right.
I have an outdoor cooking class.
I know. I really want it. So that's the only bummer about Oceana. It's like we're in Icy Strait Point for a very long time, but they stacked up all the excursions at like 9:30 and 10:30. Like if there was an afternoon version.
Like 11.
Yeah. So it's like they didn't line it up in such a way that I could do both the cooking class and the zip line. Because I really did want to do the outdoor cooking class as well. But oh well, what are you going to do?
I'll report back.
So stress spelled backwards is dessert. We actually have that magnet on our fridge. It's very true. It's very true. So Emily wants us to do a group cruise in Europe. That is absolutely coming. We're working on that. We want to set it up in such a way that we do an ocean cruise and a river cruise while we're over there. Because, I mean, if we're coming all the way over there, I'd like to go ahead and do a river cruise, possibly a land tour as well. Would
technically be 2 different groups or 3 different groups.
Yeah, possibly. Or just one group. Come with us on everything. So,
well, yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, no, but all I'm saying is that when we come over, we're going to have multiple things that we're doing. We're going to have, I'm hoping to do the crossing on Cunard, then do an ocean cruise, a river cruise, and then we've got a great land partner, Rero Tours, that's in Italy and Greece. And I would love to do one of their 7 or 10 day land tours because they're absolutely amazing. So yeah, so when we come over here, we'll do it. Silver Librarian can picture me on the balcony trying to smell for fried bread as I come into port. That will totally be me. Just anybody got the scent? I'll have everybody out there. Anybody got fried dough? Anybody picking up fried dough? Yeah, that'll totally be me. Absolutely. I mean, I'm the guy that, like when we came into Key West, I remember there was definitely a bakery somewhere near the port. And man, you could smell the bread. I was like, "Woo, this smells good." My nose, I'm like Toucan Sam. You know, my nose always knows. Yeah, I know. Barbara said a European cruise. Sign me up. We have so many people who are asking us about a European cruise, and I definitely want to work that out.
Yeah, we'll probably start seriously planning that after we get through the next few months.
Yeah. And also, you know, we're going to be meeting up with Tony and Jenny B soon too. So they have some things they want to do. So they're probably some things that we want to do and they also want to do. So maybe it'll be one of those things where like they'll do these 2 groups, we'll do those 2 groups, or we'll just all kind of come together. But that's one of the really cool things about working with Tony and Jenny B is that we're trying to coordinate on some of this stuff too. And Tony's got some great ideas for some group cruises if we can just ever get him to sit in one place for longer than 5 minutes. So I see TikTok is making a note about some comments were filtered, and I just want to remind everybody again, if you're watching me on TikTok and you want to talk about Virgin Voyages, you can't use the word Virgin. You have to use VV. That's not me blocking that. That would be TikTok. So if that's what it is and you're trying to ask those questions, sorry about that. If you're saying something that you shouldn't be saying on TikTok, well, then, yeah, you got filtered. Peggy would love a European cruise. How many countries would be stopping? We don't know yet. It would depend on the cruise. We're not sure yet. I would kind of like to do Europe on one of the smaller lines. Like we've been looking at some of the intensives on Azamara. Like their Norway or Iceland intensive is ridiculous. They've got some Greek intensive, some Italy intensive. I would probably lean more towards those smaller ships like Oceana, Azamara for that. Maybe even an Explorer. Who knows?
Yeah,
But
I would venture a guess. While we both do want to do Northern Europe, I think the first one's probably going to be the Mediterranean.
probably. I still have in southern Italy. If it's still there, there is a Biscardi deli somewhere in southern Italy. That's where my family's from. So I would love the opportunity to get down there. And again, a smaller ship is going to allow us to get into some of those places. The big ships won't. So I would fully expect that a European cruise will be on a smaller ship.
I do know that there are some of the Azamara itineraries that, not all of them, but some of them that have a stop in Calabria.
I know. That's where my grandfather's from. My grandfather's from Calabria, Italy. So that would be amazing. So yeah, so expect that our ocean cruise in the Med is not going to be on the bigger cruise. As much as we love Princess, Celebrity, and all those, it might be on one of those two, but probably going to be on like Azamara, Oceana. It's probably going to be one of those two cruise lines.
You know, maybe you'll twist our arms and we'll have to do two.
I know. We'll do a side to side, just like we're doing now. If you weren't tuned in earlier, in December and January, we're going to be at sea for a month. Minus 3 days that we'll be in Miami between a couple of cruises. We're cruising from, somebody's grandfather is also from Calabria. I love it. But in December, we will be cruising from Barbados to Miami on 7 nights on the Explorer 2, Explorer Journeys. If you have not looked at Explorer Journeys yet, oh my God, you need to go look at Explorer Journeys. I have a whole hour from 2 weeks ago on YouTube with Kathy from Explorer Journeys. The smallest stateroom that you can get on Explorer is a 330 square foot suite. It's the smallest stateroom. They are all, they are all ocean view balconies. And while the ship can carry 900 people, 900 plus people, they cap it at around 700. One, just to keep the capacity down. But two, if you show up at the terminal and you say, you know what? I'm in this one. I'd really like to get one of these other staterooms. They have the staterooms available at the terminal. So that's really, even after you get on the ship, you can switch to a different stateroom if you wanted to. So that's really cool. So definitely go check that out. And they're having an amazing sale right now. It's like 50% off on a lot of the sailings. And as far as I know, it's only available to travel agents right now. The sale is exclusive for like another week. So if you're interested in Explorer, talking about Explorer, oh my God, these ships are amazing. And Azamara, we just talked to Sarah this past Thursday with Azamara. So Azamara, they call themselves entry-level luxury. I don't know, but they're beautiful little ships. They have 4 ships right now. Hopefully, they're going to be doing a new build sooner than later. But Azamara is, again, only 700 passengers on the ship, very small ships, and just lovely, almost one-to-one service. And then there's Oceana. I think Oceana and Azamara are very, very similar cruise lines, and lovely service, smaller ship. For like Mediterranean, I want to be on a small ship. I don't want to be on a big ship because I want to be able to go to some places where the others can't. And B, when you get there, I don't want to have 5,000 people coming off the ship. I just want to have a couple hundred coming off the ship instead. So that's just me. So Sue and Phil are voting for a 2027 river cruise. Yeah. Okay. I like it. I'd like to do it in 26, not 27 personally. So yeah. Vinny, Time for Fun wants to go on the Mediterranean. Oh, your family from Palermo. I'd love it. You know, a lot of my friends have Italian heritage. So certainly when we set this up, like my sister's never been on a cruise. Some of my cousins have never been on a cruise. I'll be reaching out and saying, guys, you should come. We're going to Italy. We're going to be on a ship. This will be a lot of fun. It is really funny, though, how I see some of my friends post these videos. This is why I never go on a cruise. And it's like it's footage from freighters out there in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, yeah, some things can happen on cruise ships, like what ship was that? Explorer of the Seas got hit by that wave just recently. So yeah, things can happen, but that is so rare compared to, you know, what's actually happening out there. John M., how are celebrity cruises? They're amazing. They are amazing. Great staff. I would put Princess and Celebrity very similar in terms of the crew, in terms of the service, in terms of the food. Just absolutely lovely ship, lovely crew. You've got the Millennium class, which are the smaller ships. You've got the Solstice class, which is the bread and butter of their cruise line. And then you've got the Edge class, which are the biggest one. Especially the Solstice and the Edge class, they are floating resorts. When you get onto the ship, you're like in a resort. You kind of forget that you're on a cruise ship. You're like in a resort. They're absolutely stunning. So celebrity cruises are beautiful. John, if we can help you in any way, just reach out. Yeah, you're asking, are we a travel agent? Absolutely, we are. There are links in our description. Our services are 100% free to use, so we'd be more than happy to help you out. Where's waltertravel.com, or you're watching me on TikTok, there are links in my profile. Just set up an appointment and I'll call you. And that's how we work. That's how Rebecca and I work. And the voice that you keep hearing off camera is my wife, Rebecca. She does most of the research. So we work together. Absolutely. We would love to work with you. Thank you for asking, John. Douglas, if you need to book a mobility scooter for a cruise, can we assist or recommend who to reach out to? If we book the cruise, we're happy to assist. Special Needs Group is one of our actually Special Needs Group and Scoot Around are both the travel partner. If you book the cruise on your own, you can go directly to either one of those two services. The way it works is you will rent the device. I want to say it's around $250 for a week, depending on the device and the model that you get. Typically, what happens is you will order it. It will be in the room. It'll either be in the room when you show up, or it shows up by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then when the cruise is over, you usually just leave it in the room and they come back to pick it up. There are times, depending on the terminal and the cruise port, where you may have to pick it up actually in the terminal and then bring it back down to the terminal. But usually it's in the room and then you leave it in the room. That's usually how it works.
You can also request, and you have to do this in advance, you can request wheelchair assistance to get onto the ship and then off of the ship.
Exactly.
Not going around the ship all day long, but just embarkation and debarkation.
Yeah, where a crew member will actually roll you up onto the ship if you need that assistance. So, Micah, are we able to get rates lower than Royal Caribbean's website on sailing for Utopia of the Seas? I don't know if we have Utopia yet. We have friends and family rates that are available to us. They change every single week. And if KHM Travel Group or Travel Leaders Network has a group rate on that particular ship, then we would have access to it. But I don't know how many groups are available right now on Utopia. So I would just have to look. It depends on the sailing that you're wanting to go on. So we'd have to go take a look. I'm all but certain that friends and family rates are not up yet for Utopia. They are for Icon, though. I do have friends and family rates for Icon if you're interested in that. And that is only for certain categories like the balconies, sometimes the interior. So Douglas, if it's for that aqua cruise I booked for you, just simply reach out, drop me an email, and I can go ahead and get the pricing for you and set you guys up. Not a problem at all. Stefan, your first cruise was on the Celebrity Apex. What a great! I tell you what, you spoiled yourself going on the Apex for your first cruise because it's hard to go on anything else after that. How is the Margaritaville Islander? Is what we're being asked over here. It's a great ship. It's a fun ship. So what you have to keep in mind about the Margaritaville Islander is that, number one, she did get a full dry dock. So thank you. Wow. Thank you, Margaritaville. So it's the first ship that Margaritaville actually had a chance to redesign. The first ship, the Paradise, that was another company that did that and they botched it badly. Margaritaville had tried to, make it as good as they can. And it's definitely a better ship than it was. But the Islander is the one that they bought it from Costa and they designed the design in there, and it feels like a Margaritaville ship. She was in dry dock for 5 months, and they did a beautiful job blending the original Costa stylings with the Margaritaville style. It's a fun ship. Now, does she show her age in places? Absolutely, she does. She's a 24-year-old ship, but she's been lovingly refurbished, and I think the crew is fabulous. There are 13 different margaritas on the ship. Every bar has its own menu. The food is actually quite good. The main dining room got better as we were there, and we've been told by other people that the main dining room is holding really well.
I have to say, I like their main dining room better than Royal or Carnival or Norwegian.
I would agree with that. We like their main dining room more than Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian Cruise Line. I would take their main dining room first over those. It's quite good.
Not everything's great,
no.
But
and then they have good pizza. The cheeseburgers in Paradise are fabulous. The Mexican Cutie Cantina is great. I'm going to get on JW Steakhouse the next time. I've been told that the steakhouse is absolutely fabulous. 3 really fun pools. great entertainment on there, great music. I mean, really good music throughout the ship. The Margaritaville Islander, if you just want to go have fun on a ship, it's kind of a throwback to when you didn't have to overplan. You didn't have to plan everything to the last detail before you got on the ship. You can just come as you are and relax and have a good time. So the Margaritaville Islander, especially for the price, it's great. You should come on our Valentine's cruise. You're watching on YouTube here. I'll flip it back up. We've got a couple of cabins left. February 11th through the 17th, we got a Valentine's cruise. Prices are really good. I can't tell you what they are publicly, but I can tell you that our rates are ridiculous. And I think we got about 4 cabins left at the group rates, and then we won't have them anymore. Let's see. Roger, Carnival has decided to close the pizza shop at midnight, putting Chicago style. I have not heard of that.
Yeah, I read something about that today, and I think they're going to move late night pizza up into the buffet area.
That kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense.
But I guess it's all kind of a work in progress.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense that they do that.
There's still going to be late night food. It just may not be where you expected it.
Yeah. Laudington, do I have any info on Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals? All I can tell you is that everybody's running them right now. Pick a cruise line. They've got them. It's near impossible for me to even talk about them because pretty much everybody has something going on. So if you're interested in booking cruise, what they've basically done, for those of you who are seasoned cruisers, you know what wave season is. Wave season is generally the end of December into March. And that is when the cruise lines offer the best deals. That is when the most cruises of the entire year are generally booked in the first quarter of the year. It's called wave season. Well, wave season has already started. Wave season is now starting with Black Friday. So just like everything else is backing up. So cruise lines right now are offering some of the best deals out there. And when you work with a travel agent like myself, with most cruise lines, if the price should go down, I just simply go in and price check it and have it adjusted. That's most cruise lines, not every.
Before final payment.
Yeah, before final payment. Now, Virgin Voyages being an outlier, you actually have to cancel and rebook. But, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for that. It's like, if you're working with a travel agent like myself, it doesn't matter. Just book. And if the price goes down, I just get it adjusted. That's all. But it's a team sport. People are like, are you going to track the pricing? Keep in mind, I have hundreds of cruises that we're managing at any given time. You have 1 or 2 that you're following. You're going to get these emails from the cruise lines, or you're going to see something in a Facebook group. Hey, I think a sale's going on. So it's a team sport. Most of the time, my clients will ping me and say, well, can you just check? I think the prices may have gone down. I go into the booking engine. If it's gone down, boom, I price adjust, done. No harm, no foul. I've got one client that saved over $1,000 on a cruise that just kept coming because it was way overpriced. When I first started, we kind of knew it was overpriced, but you get the best inventory when you book early. So who cares if it's overpriced? Let it be overpriced in the beginning because it'll probably price adjust as it comes, you know, as we get closer. But you get the best inventory. And then if it doesn't come down, well, then you can just go off and get a different category and we can move you around. So yeah, pretty much just throw a dart at a dartboard, put every single cruise line up there, and you're going to hit a Black Friday deal. Everybody's offering something different. So right now is the time. If you've been looking at a cruise or you've been looking at a cruise line, this would be a great time to get in touch with your travel agent and let's just go pull and see what's out there. Yeah. Michael, you can reach out and see you're looking for 2 ocean view balconies on the Oasis class in March through July. I can't give you any ideas during the show because I don't know. I don't have access to my booking engine right now. So yeah, you can certainly reach out. Douglas, in my professional opinion, what's the best deal going right now for cruising considering all facts? It depends on what you're looking for, Douglas. You know, Virgin Voyages has a good deal out right now. Has a really good deal. Explorer Journeys is running 50% off. Azamara is giving away lots of onboard credit. It just depends on what you're looking for, Douglas. There's a lot of good deals out there right now.
And even if it's quote unquote the best dollar deal, if it's not a cruise line or an itinerary you're going to enjoy, then what's the point? Yeah,
so it just depends on what you're looking for, your itinerary, where you want to go, Douglas. I don't think there is any single best deal out there right now. It's just like everything else. There are so many deals out there right now. Like even Virgin Voyages, right? When they came out with Alaska, they way overpriced it. I was just pricing it this past week for a client. I noticed, they price adjusted already. So even Alaska, which I said earlier, I've said it on earlier shows, I probably would not be leaning towards Virgin Voyages for Alaska. I'm very impressed. Color me impressed. I will admit I was wrong about them. They've got some really good itineraries up there in Alaska. Azamara has some really nice itineraries starting in 26 up in Alaska. So yeah, while I lean into Princess and Holland first, I always will. Hats off to whoever put those itineraries together for Virgin Voyages. They did a really, really nice job in Alaska. So right now, Douglas, there is no single best deal out there. Just tell me where you want to go, and we'll find you the best deal. Yeah. What do I think about the forward window rooms for Alaska? I mean, ocean views are great. Just going to Alaska, just get a room. Just get a room and go to Alaska. I have a lot of clients who book interior because they're like, I want to spend the money on the experiences, because Alaska is expensive. Shore excursions, you're used to paying, $25, $50 in the Caribbean, could be $200, $300 in Alaska because it's a small window. It might involve boats, it might involve planes, it might involve helicopters. It gets expensive real quick. So just get on a ship to Alaska. That's it. Just book anything and just get up there. So yeah. Louisville John, how are you? Louisville John, how are you? Looking at maybe a Hawaii cruise for 2027. We do have a group in 2026 if you want to go with us. We're going to be on the Emerald Princess. We're doing the LA to Hawaii run in February 26th. If you're looking just to go around the island, that would be the Norwegian Pride of America. And as we talked about earlier on the show, she's getting a dry dock. She's getting a refurbishment. So if you've seen stories about, well, she's looking a little bit tired, she's getting a dry dock, so she's going to get refurbished. So David, do we get adjustments closer to sailing? You think it's about 4 months to rebook? Travel agents ourselves, we do not get any kind of adjustment. We just have to keep an eye out to see if the cruise itself has gone down. Most cruise lines, 90 days from embarkation will be the final payment date. Virgin Voyages is 120 days. Norwegian is now 120 days. So up until final payment, it's pretty straightforward to get an adjustment for the cruise lines that allow it. Again, Virgin Voyages does not allow it. We have to actually cancel your cruise and rebook the cruise. So any promotional items that you had with the original booking are now gone, and you get whatever comes with the new booking. So yeah.
And the new pricing.
Yeah, and the new pricing. So we don't necessarily get price adjustment. We just get the same thing as you. But like I was saying earlier, it's a team sport with you guys, because you guys are invested in your 1, 2, 3, in the case of Tara, 8 cruises. And we're managing, a couple hundred cruises at any given time. And I literally, if you could see my in-mail boxes, I have 2 in-mail boxes. I have mine and then I have the professional one. I get over 100 emails per day from all the travel partners. So there's a reason that I don't catch. When your cabin goes down, I may not catch it because I get over 100 emails a day from the travel partners. I don't have time to go through 100 emails. But you're going to get the same promotional email. And then you're going to say, hey, Walter, I think, my cabin might have gone down. Can you check it? And that's generally how it works with my clients. It's a team sport. They let me know that they think. I have one client who has pinged me 3 times in the past 3 weeks because she's gotten 3 emails from Holland America. I just jump in and look at it. I'm like, nope, not yet. But when it does, we will price adjust it. So Louisville John, you're doing Alaska in April 2026 for your 35th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. That's going to be amazing. Wow. And you're going early in the season. That's early. That is really early.
Be aware that there will be certain land things that are not open yet in April.
They may not be open yet. Yeah. If you're really early in April, sometimes they don't start opening till May because they want more cruise ships to be up there to be worth opening. But how was the piano bar on the Margaritaville Islander? I can just tell you there was great music all over. The piano bar will be the Bubbles Champagne Lounge. The Bubbles Champagne Lounge had the piano in it. I never actually saw the piano player playing when we were there, but that's where the piano is. And then the flip-flop atrium has like a small stage where they have soloists, duos, things like that. And then the same thing at the Hemisphere Dancer Bar. They have like a small stage off to the side. It could be a guitar, steel drums, maybe a duo. And then they have the, I can't remember the name of the stage.
Up by the pool.
There's a stage up by the pool.
I think it might just be the 5 o'clock somewhere.
That wasn't the name of the stage. That was the name of the pool, but it wasn't the name of the stage. But yeah, so there's good music all around the Margaritaville Islander. It's awesome. Besides, from Alex, besides Virgin Voyages, are there any other cruise lines that allow you to transfer the onboard deal to those off the ship? I want to say there are some that do allow you to transfer, like when you do that deposit deal on the ship, that is transferable, but not very many. Not very many at all. What he's talking about is Virgin Voyages allows you to do this My Next Virgin Voyage certificate on the cruise ship, which gives you certain perks for booking another cruise. That's 100% transferable. By the way, your cruise is transferable too. A lot of people don't know that. Virgin Voyages is the only cruise line that allows us to change both sailors in the stateroom. If there's two sailors in a stateroom, both sailors can be changed. Any other cruise line, if there's two people booked in the stateroom, one of the original passengers must remain. We can change the other one. But let's say you can't go on a Virgin voyage and your two friends can. They can pay you the money and I can switch them out and put both of them into your sailing. So Virgin Voyages is very, very different.
You do that once?
Yeah, you can do it once. You can do it once. So yeah. Best cruise line for solo travelers. That just depends. You know, the most solo friendly in terms of actual solo staterooms, Norwegian Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, those are two at the top. Oceania has solo staterooms. And Royal Caribbean has over 200 solo staterooms. You just need to know where they are. We've got the whole list. So believe it or not, you can get solo balconies on Royal Caribbean. Holland America has a couple. Celebrity has them on the Edge class ship. So I don't know that there's necessarily a best cruise line for solo travelers. It's like everything else. What itinerary do you want to go on? Explora is running 115% solo supplements right now on some of their sailings, which is amazing. So you can go on Explorer Journeys and basically pay for one passenger on there. So it all depends. It all depends on what you want. And like cruise lines like Priceless doesn't advertise ever. Or not that I've ever seen that, hey, we have reduced solo supplements. We find it when we go to book. And I'll go to book and I'm like, hey, this is like $1,000 less than if I had two people in the cabin, but they don't say anything about it. It's just there. So sometimes there's surprises like that where I always look at Princess just to see if they're going to surprise us and they have it on that sailing. So yeah, but I don't think there's a best cruise line for solo travelers. It's just like anything else. What do you want to do on the ship? And what kind of experience do you want? And where do you want to go? And then we find the best ship that fits your budget and what you want to do. Vicky wants to know about excursions for San Juan. So, this is one of my favorites. In San Juan, there is a fabulous, fabulous company called Flavors of San Juan. They have a food tour that you will have 5 food stops as you walk around San Juan. It's about a 3-hour tour. It's a little bit of history, walking around old San Juan. You have 5 stops, and they run it like a 5-course meal. So you start at a coffee shop with excellent coffee and like a breakfast, and then you get a popsicle for a snack, and then you kind of have lunch, and you work your way up to the entree, and then the dessert. It's a fabulous, fabulous walking tour. They also run a history tour and a rum runners tour, and I think there's a few more that they do as well. The same company has tours in St. Thomas as well. But Flavors of San Juan, if you're going to San Juan, that is a great place to start. And what's really cool about it, because you are walking around old San Juan, you kind of get the lay of the land. And then if you want to go find something after the tour, just simply ask your tour guide. They'll tell you exactly, because they're locals. They'll tell you exactly wherever the thing is that you're looking for. So yeah, Flavors of San Juan. Anybody going to San Juan? Absolutely awesome excursion. So Vicky, Viva Lamore is saying that Norwegian is a good one. Dave, you've been on 5 Norwegians with the studio cabins. Nice way to go. So those studio cabins are 99 square feet. The one thing that Norwegian did recently, within the past year or so, they took 1,000 staterooms across the fleet and they recategorized them to solo. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that any of those solo staterooms, you got inside ocean view balcony, come with the studio lounge. I think there's still a lot of people who think they got to book the studio lounge in order to get access, or a studio cabin to get access to the studio lounge. Any solo stateroom on a Norwegian ship that has a studio lounge, you have access to that studio lounge. So that's kind of a cool thing to keep in mind, because you can book a balcony, an ocean view, or if you book a solo interior, you're actually getting that double occupancy stateroom. You're not getting that little 99 square foot studio room. And sometimes, believe it or not, that interior room is cheaper than the studio. It's all about supply and demand. So we have actually seen like the solo interior for a lower rate than the studio interior. And if you don't look, you don't know.
And it is nice because some of the older ships obviously were built before they had this studio concept. So they now have solo cabins that were formerly cabins for 2 people.
And this is the great thing about working with a travel agent too, is that when I go to look at the ship, I literally see every category as a list. So I can just go right down the line and I see every price, one screen. I don't have to, like you guys, on the public site, you kind of have to click in, you go look, you see what's the price, and you back out again, and you may miss something. But when a travel agent looks at the ship, we just get a list. Boom, here's all 20 categories. Here's the price for each of those categories. So I can see right away, oh, look, maybe an ocean view is even cheaper than the studio. That does happen. So working with a travel advisor, we can see those prices like literally immediately.
And I have seen cases where even if it's not a designated solo cabin, there are times where booking a cabin that would normally be for 2 people as a solo can be cheaper than the actual solo cabin.
It is crazy. I don't know quite how all that worked, but it does. It happens. Yeah, it totally happened. How about Cozumel? I assume you're asking about an excursion in Cozumel. We've done a salsa class where you make salsa. We've done chocolate making. I believe from Cozumel you can go to some of the Mayan ruins from there.
There's some. It's from what I understand, it's a good place to do kind of beginner snorkeling.
Yeah. There's some beginner snorkeling in there. So yeah, there's a lot to. I mean, there's a lot of your typical beaches. Caribbean. Yeah, it's a lot of your. And then there's also a website called Resorts for a Day. We can actually book you through them, but there's a website called Resorts for a Day where you can get a day pass for like some of these all-inclusive resorts. And there's at least 2 or 3 of them there in Cozumel. I believe only 1 or 2 have transportation included, and then the other 2 you got to get yourself there. But like you can literally go to an all-inclusive. Your meals are included. Some of them, your drinks are included. You get the beach, all that good stuff. So yeah. Emily wants to know, have we ever booked a Royal Caribbean cruise in a guaranteed stateroom? Number one, I hate guaranteed staterooms. I absolutely hate them. You should know where you're going to be. I think cruise lines should just get rid of them because we have seen instances where they've overbooked and people are left at the pier or they're told don't even come because we don't have a room for you. That's number one. Number 2, Royal Caribbean in particular, I would never book a guaranteed room because there's too many places that are noisy. You've got theaters, you've got nightclubs, you've got, so many things on a Royal Caribbean ship that are noisy, and I would not want to be anywhere near them. So no, I would never book a guarantee room. That's not to say that some of my clients haven't done it. And
sometimes it works out.
Yeah, sometimes it does work out. But for me, I don't like guarantee cabins on any ship, period. So that's just me. But especially on Royal Caribbean, I would not book one. Hey, Belinda, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Jada, you went on an ATV excursion in Cozumel. Really better if you're familiar with the vehicle. I bet. Because if that's the thing. So many people will go on like an ATV or a dune buggy. I'd love anything that I can drive fast. I'm doing it because I love the dune buggies. I love the ATVs. Rebecca, not so much. I got muddy as heck in Puerto Plata. I'm planning to get muddy as heck again when we go back on the Norwegian Aqua. But if you've never driven one of these vehicles before, you're going to spend like half the time just trying to figure out how to drive it. And then the thing's going to be half over. And I don't think it's quite as enjoyable if you've never driven one before. But it's also a good way to learn how to drive one, if you've never driven one. So, but yeah, definitely more enjoyable. So I've done dune buggies twice. One time maybe it's a muddy dune buggy. Another time maybe just driving across St. Kitts. I think it was St. Kitts.
Which island?
I think it was St. Kitts.
I was with you on that one. That was my last.
Yeah, Puerto Plata. I got muddy, and I think it was St. Kitts. And then, we also did speedboats in Antigua. That was fun. Rebecca did not enjoy that either. But I anytime I can drive fast, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. In fact, we just went to sushi last night with our friends here in Orlando. And it was right across the street from the Fun Spot. There's like this cute little amusement park called Fun Spot. I'd never seen it up close. Well, they have a multi-layered, multi-level go-kart track. I'm like, oh, I want to go do that. Big go-kart track. I'm ready to go. So anytime I can drive fast, I'm going to do it. Huh?
Pass.
Yeah, I know. You're never going to go.
Well, part of it for me is I don't like the smell of the gasoline.
Yeah, and she doesn't like to go fast. So like I would have done the NASCAR experience if it was still around, if I could have, but it's not around anymore. But anyway, but yeah, so anytime there's an excursion, I can go fast. I'm in control of it. I mean, I don't like they have like the jet boats and stuff where you go out and you spin and you do all this other stuff. I don't want to do that. But if I'm actually driving, yeah, I like to do that. I like to do that a lot. How about you? Do you guys like to drive fast? It's a lot of fun. Unless you're Rebecca. Rebecca wants to go slower. She wants it quieter. So she's like, I'll go whale watching. You go ahead and drive the boat fast. You go on the zip line. See, I'm going on that zip line and Icy Strait Point. It's going to be terrifying. It's going to be absolutely terrifying.
I've done zip lines before.
I know, but you're not going to do that one.
No, I'm not, because I'm going to do the cooking class instead.
Yeah. But Rebecca has done zip lining in the past down in Jamaica. That was a lot of fun. Honduras. Yeah, we did it in Honduras as well. So yeah. I love zip lines. I think they're a lot of fun. Of course, getting into that harness can be interesting. When they tighten that thing up, that can be very interesting there. So, folks, we've been going about an hour and a half. I know I have meetings coming up. This coming Thursday, we're on the ship. Yeah. Coming Thursday night. On Thursday nights, I typically have a live guest. We're going to be on the Resilient Lady. It's going to be our third lady ship. We're going to be on the Resilient Lady this coming Thursday night. So I'm going to attempt to go live from the Resilient Lady. It may be 9 p.m. Eastern time. Typically, I'll go live at 8 p.m. Eastern time on our YouTube channel. But it'll probably be more like 9 p.m. Eastern time. So Thursday night, if you're around and you want to chat from the Resilient Lady, we will be on that ship Thursday and Friday. And then next Sunday morning, we'll be right back here at 10:30 in the morning. And then for a whole month, we're going to be live from ships. We're going to be Sundays and Thursdays live from the ship. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. If we can help you in any way, wherever you're watching me, there's links in the description, or just go to where'swaltertravel.com. We are your independent travel agent. Our services are 100% free to you. We do not charge anything. Great question. Are we accepting bookings while we're cruising? Absolutely. I have hundreds of cruises to manage, so I work from the ships. So we bring our mobile office with us. We run our entire company from the ship. So absolutely, we'll be booking cruises. We'll be doing everything that we typically do. We'll be doing the research. We'll be making calls.
It might take slightly longer, but
we don't run full office hours like we do at home, but we will be running office hours from the ship. So yeah, absolutely. So we can help you in any way. Where's WalterTravel.com. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday with us. And please just reach out and be kind to everybody. Have a really nice day, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday wherever you are.